Chat, let's get down to the Rise of Skybox, the grand finals of the Fall Invitational. FaZe Clan trying to knock Gen.G out in the grand final situation for the second time in a row. Can Gen.G get revenge? We'll find out.
Ooh, we're flying again, and we are ready to go for the third and final time this split turtle.
Here we go.
Invitational grand finals, and for the second time, Gen.G versus FaZe. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. I am ready. The top dogs in North America clashing once again. They previously met in the semifinals. It went in favor of Gen.G, but then before that, it was the grand finals of the first regional. FaZe Clan took that. This will be the series that gives one team the lead, the edge, and their record against each other. And I am all here for it. If you were watching the semifinals before this series, of course, you know how dominant both teams looked in their matchup. Gen.G, I'd say, looked a little bit superior just because of the sweep and how incredible they were against G2. I mean, of course, FaZe Clan were immaculate in their series alone, but for me personally, there was more of a fight from Space Station Gaming. Meanwhile, Gen.G, that's why they have that edge in the fan vote, in my opinion, just because of how great they look.
Gen.G, FaZe are probably the only other team that I think could contend with them in terms of their team synergy. Like, the way Gen.G move around the pitch is as if they're a hive. FaZe, they've been close to that. They've had that type of performance before, but I've seen it from Gen.G more than any other team. And Chronic, the big kid, the big pickup, gets the big goal to start it off.
Yep, and this is the guy that we're always highlighting, the new pickup for this team. Not too much hype around him before this split, but now he comes out on the roster and is making waves, and of course he's gonna make the first goal in favor of Gen.G.
How's it gotta feel for Chronic? You make, in your first, you get on Gen.G.
Ooh.
No, hang on a second, first killer. Pulls Gen.G out of the way, FaZe execute the kickoff perfectly here on the 50.
Oh my goodness, you're talking about working like a hive mind, and this is essentially what FaZe Clan just did. All three players were participating in that goal. We had one going for a bump, which I believe was missed. Then Typical getting the 50-50 challenge. And first killer just comes in, and that ball is glued on top of his car. Nice little dribble in, and an early response from FaZe.
FaZe absolutely capable of turning it on and
100%.
Having their own hive. This first killer gonna go out wide on the wing here, but and turns it wide for Gen.G. Yeah.
I don't know, Joby. For FaZe Clan, like, with how well Typical has been playing in this regional, that has been the biggest factor and standout performance out of, I'd say, all 6 players. I think you can talk a lot about Chronic, but Typical, I've always had my questions around him. But he has shown up and has done so much to impact and influence this team, especially when they get moving on offense, whether it's with bumps, demos, or winning challenges like we saw him do against Space Station.
I mean, all three of FaZe, Typical second on the team in assists per game. He's 4th in the league. First killer, by the way, at first, at 0.85 assists per game. But Typical and Mist hit at 4 and 5. So all three of FaZe's players are sitting in top 5 in assists per game. That shows you how good they are. But guess who else really work well as a team? Gen.G starts off with a good 50. Chronic left for the 50. Ooh. That's not even intentional. I don't even know if that's intentional. Like, he goes up as if he's gonna block the sidewall challenge, but Nolly takes the 50. Chronic's already left the wall, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, it's a perfect pop. Thanks, Nolly. And then Jack comes in, and it's a 3-point passing play, but why is that a 3-point passing play?
Listen, Jorby, sometimes you gotta roll the dice, and in that situation, Gen.G come out favorable, and Jack even jumped up early to go for that challenge too, but then backflip to get back in position. So they're being aggressive, it's working out, they'll take it. And of course, the second goal, solid play from Gen.G. FaZe Clan are looking to get an early response, similar to how they got their first one.
Missed it, hit the post. FaZe will have to get set up.
Oh my, why? It's wide open.
Caught in the gap.
What's going on?
Typical was thinking he was going to get a pass for first killer. This drops down.
Yep.
You see Typical, he's looking at Nolly, he sees Mist drop it, and as soon as he sees first killer, it's a little deceptive for Typical. The ball kind of looks initially as it drops that first killer's turning in on it, but then the ball bounces towards him, and as he turns around, he realizes, oh no, first killer's not as near to that ball as I thought he was, and they get punished. Maybe they get here on the kickoff. Chronic extends the lead, makes it 4.
FaZe Clan put in very, very sticky situations, not only off this kickoff, but the previous goal, first killer and Typical out of position, disorientated, And now that's going to extend the lead even more for Gen.G. Truthfully, whenever we came in, I mean, we got a good response from FaZe Clan, but then somehow this game has just spiraled out of control for Gen.G.
Gen.G, in the last finals that they played, they did, oh, look at this from Nolly. He wanted the bump too. But their last finals, they would go through, stomp through quarterfinals, semifinals, and then get to grands, and then you wouldn't see the same team. This is game one. Gen.G really want to prove something to people today.
Yeah, I mean,
it's 3 grand final appearances. Everyone wants to see if they can win one of them. Game one, look like they won it.
Third time's the charm. These guys certainly
yeah.
have the experience. Jack is just going to take 2 players with Chronic. Chronic didn't want to take advantage of the spacer. He might have actually made a mistake. He didn't have any boost, but I still think he could have put one on target. Here's another one that's on target from him. He's going to look for a demo himself. Opportunities coming left and right for Gen.G. FaZe Clan unable to respond. And good speed from Chronic. Maybe he's going to get a double tap. Goes straight down, and Chronic still has more boost to work with. Almost a flip reset, and they are just barraging this goal with several shots.
This is getting sloppy, but they're making it work. Gen.G, the ball stolen away from him. Here comes First Killer, trying to push the last man out of the net. Typical slows it down. Chronic on the turnaround. Apparently Jack taking out Mist in the midfield. Now Nolly sends it right back to him. Redirect off the post, goal!
Everybody from FaZe Clan flat-footed. One demo came through from apparently Jack, and he's also in position to receive the clear. The shot wasn't on target, but the response and recovery from Nolly was beautiful. Best position he could ask for. 5-1. To say that this is dominant, I think it's a little bit of an understatement. Gen.G just continue their tear from the semifinals.
Well, thanks for showing up, FaZe, game one.
There's no way they do this to
say.
FaZe Clan. There's no way that they obliterate G2, they come out in the grand finals, and the same thing happens to FaZe Clan. I refuse to believe it, Jordan. This is just game one, okay?
It is only.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
What is that touch from First Killer? He put that just on the side. Gen.G's nose. That one really was going to be in. You're almost talking about Gen.G getting a Brazil. Chronic's going to get another goal. It's set up right here, 6-1. Oh my God, a hat trick for Chronic. 2 goals for Nolly, 1 for apparently Jack. Everybody's eating.
And they're getting so physical. I didn't expect the demos to come out. I mean, certainly we've seen Gen.G be aggressive and go for demos in all of their series throughout this tournament alone, this regional alone. But I didn't expect it to be as dominant and at the forefront of their offense. But it has worked. It's been efficient. Another one, the Brazil guaranteed. I know Chad's going to be loving this one. The Brazil popping off for Gen.G. Jorby, what is going on for FaZe Clan?
Dude, Nolly got such a quick reset. First Killer comes across. Mist is actually trying to cover the air dribble bump, but it's too far behind the play. And it's just all, it all broke down for FaZe a million minutes ago. And they just got to reset into game 2. As soon as that, really since that 4th goal went in, Gen.G on a rampage.
Yeah.
They have not stopped since the semifinals. They took a short break during FaZe Space Station, but now they're hard-working men here in game 1.
It just seems like they have cracked the code and understand exactly how to make FaZe Clan panic and get in these very uncomfortable, tight situations. Not only are they controlling the boost effortlessly, but these demos, I can't tell you.